with SRN News. I'm Keith Peters in Washington. The FBI says the man who crashed his pickup into a Michigan synagogue was inspired by a U.S. designated terrorist group.
Jennifer Runyon, head of the FBI in Detroit, says that Ayman Ghazali was inspired by Iranian-backed Hezbollah, and that Ghazali made videos before crashing his pickup truck into Temple, Israel in West Bloomfield, Michigan earlier this month, with one saying,
"God willing, I will kill as many of them as I possibly can."
Ghazali also called his ex-wife, who then called police in Dearborn to warn he was suicidal after losing family members in a military strike in Lebanon. Ghazali exchanged gunfire with a security guard at the synagogue before fatally shooting himself during the March 12th attack. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
President Trump has threatened widespread destruction of Iran's energy resources and other vital infrastructure if a deal to end the war is not reached shortly.
Trump has American forces that are moving into the region. That includes U.S. Marines as well as other paratroopers. But it remains unclear whether or not he's going to go ahead and order this operation on Kharg Island, or to potentially unblock the Strait of Hormuz, or if this is just another negotiating tactic to try to get Tehran to the table and find a ceasefire to end this war.
Correspondent John Gambrell reporting. A 15-year-old student shot a teacher at a Texas high school and then fatally shot himself Monday, according to authorities, who are still investigating what led to the early morning attack. No other injuries were reported at Hill Country College Preparatory High School in Bulverde, a small but growing city near San Antonio. The teacher was taken to a nearby hospital. On Wall Street, the Dow up by 49 points. The Nasdaq dropped 153. The S&P lower by 25. This is SRN News. A new snapshot of religious radio in the U.S. Correspondent Michael Harrington reports.
It comes from the Pew Research Center, and it finds that 25% of all AM and FM stations in the country have a faith focus. 45% of all adults say they listen to religious audio programming, and about 3/4 of those listeners at least occasionally tune into the radio. The report adds that, quote, podcasts and streaming services are also important sources of religious programming, and nearly all of the popular radio shows are also available on these platforms. Michael Harrington reporting.
Multiple states are challenging the federal rules that allow the abortion drug mifepristone to be prescribed via telehealth. Requiring in-person prescriptions instead would at least dent the ability of out-of-state providers to get pills into pro-life states. Louisiana has such a lawsuit in federal court there. The attorneys general of Florida and Texas have one in Texas. This is SRN News. An unknown gunman has killed dozens in South Sudan after a dispute at a gold mine.
A video of dozens of bodies at an open ground has been shared online, and a local journalist said many other victims are believed to have fled into the South Sudan bushes. The gold mining site at Jebel Iraq in central Equatoria State has in the past been the site of violent clashes between illegal miners and mining companies. A police spokeswoman says, "All I know is that unknown gunmen attacked Jebel Iraq at a gold mine. There are more than 70 dead and many more injured." I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Rescue teams are searching for 27 people after a passenger boat sank in rough seas in eastern Indonesia. Officials say the boat Nazila 5 left Taliabu Island after dusk on Sunday, heading to the coastal village of Kima in the same province. More details at srnnews.com. From Washington, I'm Keith Peters.
CDC or on the FBI website, you need to do your own homework. Because when you spoon feed them, even when you do that, they tell you you're wrong, even though they have nothing to back it up with. Just like AOC, nothing. I'm going to deal with topics and issues that will make you think. The lines are open. You can reach me at 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563.
It's the Joe Messina Show.
We are welcome back to another session of Sanity right here on the Joe Messina Show. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Get involved, get engaged, be part of the solution, right? I mean, seriously, just be part of the solution. Be part of, make sure you understand what's going on and be part of that solution. It isn't that hard. Really, is it? You just do a little bit of homework, you can figure it out. Right? Anyway, I do appreciate the time you're spending with us here on the air and in the chat room and texting and tweeting and just being involved, being engaged, having a clue as to what's happening. That'd be really cool. I would love it. Anyhow, there's so many stories to talk about, so many things that I want to talk about. No, not that I don't want to, that I do want to talk about. God bless. Anyway, all right, what do we got going on here? Let me see. I have more stories than I know what to do with. And I so much appreciate, you guys being with me here, working through stuff with me, understanding, right alongside me. There's a lot of stuff I don't understand. Okay? And I'm working through it like you are. I'm asking people that are in the business, that are experts in the field. I bring on Major General Paul Vallely because he has a clue. I don't. We're just speculating. I got into it with a friend of mine over Iran and Israel. And we were talking about the Bibi Netanyahu closing down the churches, the Christian churches. And the person said to me, well, how do you feel about that? He's closing down all the Christian churches. I said, I'm glad. I don't know where bombs are going to land. They know where people are going to be. You really think Iran cares whether people are in there worshiping a God that they don't believe in? She said, well, he kept all the temples open. I said, no, that's not true either. He did close a bunch of temples down. Some of the churches and temples way out in the fringe, they're allowed to be in. But you can't. There's no way. And I even heard the speech that he gave where Bibi said, look, until the security forces tell me that they can secure these places or at least defend them, no, I'm not putting people in harm's way. Well, good. I'm glad. Anyhow, so, you can't just get the information. You got to go deep into that because the news sources releasing this stuff, they don't care about truth. They don't care about you. They want to paint the Israelis, they want to paint the Jews in the worst light they possibly can. I do not understand it. Sorry. And don't write me a bunch of emails telling me how I don't understand the Jews. I know a lot more about the Jews than you think I do. I know a lot more about the Jewish community than you think I do. Anyhow, the Democrats said 2020 was the most secure election in history. Sorry, I had to do that. They said that Joe Biden was running the country. They said the border was more secure than any time in U.S. history. I mean, think about this. You're sitting there. You're watching like we saw with the reporters, right? You're watching the police car at the police station in 2 buildings on fire, right? While protesters are smashing windows. And what does the reporter say? Looking right at the camera, looking right at you. It's mostly a peaceful protest. Like, you're going to be kidding me. Seriously? And they want you to believe it. And they'll tell you you're a liar and a hater if you say anything else. Democrats said illegals were not receiving Social Security. They lied. The Democrats said illegals are not receiving Medicare. They lied. The Democrats said illegals are not voting in U.S. elections. And again, they lied. However, they built 2 mega voting centers on foreign soil for illegals to vote in the U.S. Help me understand that one. You can't, but I want to know. Right? So for all their massive lies about securing elections, they just lied and lied and lied and lied. Just amazing. I don't even know what to do with this. Because you're not going to save it just by complaining about it. And then what about this one? Forensic experts revealed that non-election personnel were remotely accessing Dominion voting systems. This is during the 2020 election. Testimony showed batches of stacked ballots were 100% for Joe Biden, which is statistically impossible. Expert also testified that systems in Gwinnett County, Georgia, Colorado and Michigan and other swing states were remotely accessed from Belgrade, Serbia, on November 3rd. Right? Translated Dominion emails confirm Serbian nationals involved, which no Chinese intelligence sitting above. So the Chinese were involved in the 2020. They weren't involved in the 2016 like they tried to say. Oh, no, those would have been the Russians. Sorry. Poll worker testified under oath that she knew something was extremely wrong, feeling sicker with each new stack. 90% to 100% ballots. This matches other witnesses on fake ballots. Delivered in multiple states with thousands to over 100,000 in a row, all for Biden. 100,000 ballots being mailed in remotely with no folds. I guess they came in a 8x25 envelope or something. God. There's so much evidence that remains unexamined by the courts. And for all intents and purposes, based on what I've seen, I have to agree the 2020 election was stolen. Flat out stolen. All right, Joe Messina, your host. Don't go far. A lot more coming up after the break.
Take as little as 3 minutes to see if you could save on motorcycle insurance with Progressive. Come on, you've spent more time than that trying to name your bike.
How about the Crusher? I guess it's not really crushing anything. The Silver Bolt? No. Oh, what about Pepper? Mysterious. Is it a pet or a condiment? Surprise! It's a motorcycle. No, that's stupid.
Get a quote in as little as 3 minutes at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
I'd like to introduce you to our new sponsor, Get the Tea. Get the Tea carries all natural, non-GMO organic teas and supplements made in the USA. Get the Tea's ingredients are the purest available. My favorite is Life Change Tea. Life Change Tea is a gentle daily cleanse containing 12 herbs that when combined really keep things moving. I drink it every day and my energy has never been better. I'm feeling great. Life Change Tea comes in 3 delicious flavors, natural, peppermint, and pomegranate. It's an easy and delicious way to keep your digestion on track. And for those on the go, try D365. D365 is Life Change Tea in a capsule. Drink the tea or take D365 capsules and keep your digestion running smoothly. Go to getthetea.com and enter discount code USA to get 10% off any size order. That's getthetea.com, discount code USA for 10% off your order.
When I started MyPillow, it was just a problem solution, one product company. Well, since then, with the help of my dedicated employees, we now have hundreds of products, some you might not even know about. To get the word out, we're having a $25 extravaganza. 2-pack multi-use MyPillows, $25. MyPillow sandals, $25. And for the first time ever, our 6-pack towel sets, you guessed it, just $25. Our brand new 4-pack dish towels, $25. And I've never done this before. Premium MyPillows with all new Giza fabric, any size, any loft level, even king size for only $25. And there's so much more.
So go to MyPillow.com or call 800-923-1812 and use promo code AUDIO1 to get the standard MyPillow for only $14.88, the lowest price ever.
Okay, I'm talking funny because I'm in the witness protection program. I have too much credit card debt and I don't want people to find me.
Okay, I'm just kidding. We're going to talk about credit card debt. Right, those plastic things that we all have in our wallet. Are you in your 50s or 60s and you're still carrying around a mound of credit card debt? Wouldn't it be nice to start banking that money and save a little money for retirement down the road? We help people restructure their credit card debt all the time. We show people how they can get out of credit credit card debt in months, not years. Listen, you'll be carrying around credit card debt for the rest of your life unless you deal with it right now. We offer a free consultation so you can learn how you can finally wipe out your credit card debt and start saving money. Give us a free call right now.
Call Debt Solutions Network now. 866-451-3328. 866-451-3328. That's 866-451-3328.
If you're a diabetic, we have great news. You can end the painful finger sticks with a new CGM. Plus, they may be covered by Medicare, Medicaid, or private insurance. If you test and inject daily, you may qualify. Call US Med now to learn more.
800-471-7065. 800-471-7065. 800-471-7065. That's 800-471-7065.
Attention! This is a public notice from the Social Security Disability Helpline. If you're one of the millions of Americans who are disabled and unable to work, you may be eligible for disability benefits from Social Security. Receiving benefits is your right. If you suffer from physical or mental disability, whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied, we can help. We'll evaluate your situation and deal with Social Security on your behalf. Best of all, there's no fee until you receive your benefits. Remember, we only get paid if you win your case. There are many reasons and conditions that may make you eligible for disability benefits. Many of them you may not be aware of. So if you're disabled and unable to work, call now to get started with your free, no-obligation consultation.
800-362-9337. 800-362-9337. That's 800-362-9337.
I married your mother because I wanted children. Imagine my disappointment when you arrived.
Oh, come on. That's great music. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Just get involved, get engaged, be part of the solution, okay? Be happy. And the way you get happy is you're part of the solution. Seriously. All right. Chick-fil-A's at it again. I love Chick-fil-A, by the way. You know what? I shouldn't say that. That's not totally true. I enjoy Chick-fil-A. I don't love it. Don't go out of my way. Don't spend 30 minutes to 45 minutes in line to get a sandwich. Or if you're from Boston, a sandwich. But no, seriously, very good. I enjoy it very much. I actually enjoy the atmosphere. I enjoy how polite the people at the window are. All of that stuff. Really cool. All right. And you know what? When I was a kid, there was a rule during dinner time, right? Or what we called supper time, where I grew up. No television, no phone calls, right? We were expected to sit down around the table, enjoy the meal, enjoy the conversation. Dad and Mom ask you questions, and they didn't interrogate you. They talked to you, right? You know, what happened at school today? Did you go over to so-and-so today? Did you go over to the, in my case, there was a place called North Bennett School Industrial. And it was a place you could go. You could learn how to, believe it or not, you could learn how to use power tools. You could learn how to build things, fix stuff, that kind of thing. So they would just ask you a question. What did you learn? What did you see? So according to the Food Industry Association, more than 80% of American families still gather around the table. But many are distracted. Only 1/4 of family meals are free from cell phones. That means that most Americans are busy texting between bites, but Chick-fil-A wants to change that. Now, many of their restaurants are urging families to take the cell phone challenge. Brad Williams, who owns 2 Chick-fil-A restaurants in Georgia, created a cell phone coup. He said there's a box that sits on every table in his restaurant. And it just got me thinking how the people are disconnected. So in order to connect and take a technology timeout, Williams told ABC News that be present where your feet are. Families are encouraged to put away their phones, enjoy a meal together. Those who do get an ice cream cone for free. He said, we're trying to slowly create rituals that create discipline. I love it. I think it's a great idea. To slowly create habits. William said it's almost like we're starting to create a no cell phone zone. They say more than 200 restaurants have adopted this idea. There's more conversation and chatter, he said. It's hard to sit with your family and not do the challenge now. Very hard. I love it. I think it's great. Now, Franklin Graham was one of the many Americans who commended Chick-fil-A for the silencing of the phones. It's a great initiative. Will serve as a reminder to focus on meals together. See, that's what a meal was supposed to be for. My God, breaking bread with strangers or friends is so important. And so in some cultures, it's just so sacred. But breaking bread with your kids, sitting at the table, enjoying what should be the end of the day for all intents and purposes, right? Connect with your kids, check them out emotionally, physically. You got to sit there and scratch your head and go, what happened to those days? President Reagan once said that all great change in America begins at the dinner table, and he is so right. And not just in America, in many countries. It was his final message to the American people when he left office. Maybe we should take Chick-fil-A challenge and embrace President Reagan's message, try doing it at home. That would be really cool, wouldn't it? So, I wonder how many of you could actually pull that off. I'm not making fun. I'm not making fun of you. I'm simply asking a question. How many of you could pull that off and live with the decision? How many of you could not look at that phone while you're sitting there at dinner? I'm talking to a psychiatrist who said the mere presence of that phone on the table, even face down, or off in some cases, will make you nuts. Because you want to pick it up because you are sure that there's something very important there that you're missing, or that you're going to miss. Think about that. You're so afraid. You're going to think about that. Anyhow. Let's see. What do we got? All right. I like the rapid fire in the third hour. So, I hope you're sitting down for this one. But the whole non-U.S. citizen becoming police officer in California didn't work out so well. After Gavin Newsom signed SB 960 in 2022, it allows non-U.S. citizens to become police officers in California. Belmont police officer Felipe Gomez, a Brazilian citizen with a history of domestic violence, was arrested for rape of someone unable to give consent due to a mental health disorder. Isn't that wonderful? It's just amazing. It's amazing what they've done and what they pulled off because they're unchecked. Right? They're just totally unchecked. And it's so wrong. I don't care what it is. And again, I want to say, Governor Newsom, number one. Right? He knows how to pull it all together. He called Elon Musk one of the great disappointments of this era. Elon can send rockets to the moon or rockets out there to help, to save our people, come back here appropriately, bring them back without wasting all that money, the rockets and the people. And he's a disappointment. Got it. So, Newsom's record, right? Current record, I'll put it that way. Nation's highest income tax. The nation's highest homelessness. Nation's highest state debt. The nation's highest gas prices. The highest out migration. In other words, the highest amount of people of any other state leaving the state. Unreal, right? I can't stand it. Just can't stand it. And you people that are letting this all go, but you want to bang on Trump? Yeah, you're disingenuous. You're either disingenuous or a total liar. I don't know which. And if you think lying, well, I guess if you're a liar, you don't really care anyway. God bless. Anyway. Rasmussen reports that the mainland China CCP factory employees and Taiwanese warehouse workers have provided written affidavits on how they and others have installed illegal corrupted components into U.S. voting machines. They've been doing it for years, they said. Wow. Just amazing. All right. Joe Massino, your host. Don't go far. A lot more coming up after that.
Attention homeowners. It's not if something's going to break, it's when. That's homeownership. If your dryer, your refrigerator, or your AC and heating breaks, that's an expensive call. And who do you call? Make it easy on yourself and call Choice Home Warranty. We've already done the research and have access to 25,000 technicians that can be at your home quickly. We've covered close to 2 million homes in the United States. There's a good chance your neighbors work with us. Call us right now before the next breakdown. We'll tell you everything that's covered in your home and give you the first month free with our ironclad 30-day money-back guarantee. Call now and learn how to get your free month.
800-378-2250. 800-378-2250. 800-378-2250. That's 800-378-2250.
Limitations and exclusions apply. First month free with purchase of single plan. Visit choicehomewarranty.com for more details.
Life is full of surprises. Some wonderful, some not so much. But here's one thing you can control: making sure your loved ones are protected if the unexpected happens. At EasyPlans.com, we make getting life insurance, well, easy. In just a few minutes, you can apply online and buy direct. No awkward phone calls, no confusing jargon, and no agent will contact you unless you request help. Just clear, affordable coverage, designed to fit your life and your budget. Fast approval, flexible plans, and unlike other online insurance sites, Easy Plans won't sell your information to others. So no endless phone calls and text messages. Whether you're just starting a family, buying a home, or thinking ahead, EasyPlans.com has you covered. EasyPlans.com. We make buying life insurance, well, easy.
SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. The FBI says the man who crashed his pickup into a Michigan synagogue was inspired by a U.S. designated terrorist group.
Jennifer Runyon, head of the FBI in Detroit, says that Ayman Ghazali was inspired by Iranian-backed Hezbollah, and that Ghazali made videos before crashing his pickup truck into Temple, Israel in West Bloomfield, Michigan earlier this month, with one saying,
"God willing, I will kill as many of them as I possibly can."
Ghazali also called his ex-wife, who then called police in Dearborn to warn he was suicidal after losing family members in a military strike in Lebanon. Ghazali exchanged gunfire with a security guard at the synagogue before fatally shooting himself during the March 12th attack. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
President Trump has threatened widespread destruction of Iran's energy resources and other vital infrastructure if a deal to end the war is not reached shortly.
Trump has American forces that are moving into the region. That includes U.S. Marines as well as other paratroopers. But it remains unclear whether or not he's going to go ahead and order this operation on Kharg Island, or to potentially unblock the Strait of Hormuz, or if this is just another negotiating tactic to try to get Tehran to the table and find a ceasefire to end this war.
Correspondent John Gambrell reporting. A 15-year-old student shot a teacher at a Texas high school and then fatally shot himself Monday, according to authorities, who are still investigating what led to the early morning attack. No other injuries were reported at Hill Country College Preparatory High School in Bulverde, a small but growing city near San Antonio. The teacher was taken to a nearby hospital. on Wall Street that...
Because he has Joe. Joe? Joe. The life force, the essence, the right stuff. What the French call a certain, I don't know what.
We are back. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE. 855-732. Get involved, get engaged, be part of the solution. Love it. Love it when you are. Right? So there are videos now going about showing the difference between the No Kings and the pro-Trump rallies. And the pro-Trump rallies aren't being put on by MAGA people by any stretch of the imagination. No. They're being put on by Iranians, Cubans, Americans too. But it's just great to watch this. You watch somebody signs up, thank you, President Trump. Cuba next, please. Right? The media is refusing to show these, by the way. The only much smaller anti-Trump No Kings protest in Chicago was covered widely by everybody. And it wasn't that big of a deal. Right? Really wasn't. So when you see this, you got to giggle to a degree. All right. Oh yeah, here we go. This is a good one too. The right, the left. They got no morals at all. So over 1,500 Americans were arrested on January 6th for nonviolent and made-up crimes. Several sentences reached over 20 years. 20 years for trespassing, in essence. The only person that was injured, truly injured, was killed. And she wasn't doing anything. This is how the leftist judges treat conservatives. Now, flip the coin, and you see how leftist judges treat illegals who steal millions of dollars from taxpaying Americans. Outrage is erupting right now after a leftist judge, Nancy Brazel, she sentenced Somali fraudster Abdul Abubakar to just 1 year and 1 day in prison, despite him stealing over $1 million by fabricating 1.5 million fake meals to feed the future scheme. Unreal, isn't it? No, seriously. And they wonder why we don't trust the judicial system anymore. And we don't trust we don't trust the judicial system. We definitely don't trust the legislators. Right? So, and the more we look to what's going on, you had rioters throwing blocks of cement at police officers in Los Angeles, of which they called a totally peaceful protest. So I guess throwing rocks at cops now is peaceful. By anybody else, this would be attempted murder. Really. You really haven't seen anybody arrested. In looking at the videos of the damage they're causing, of what they're doing, you have to sit there. This is the federal building they're accosting, they're trying to get into. Now we have a partial list of No Kings financiers. They've been tracking this all over the place. Arabella, $79 million. Warren Buffett, of all people, $16 million. Ford put in $51 million. Rockefeller, $26 million. Soros put in $72, and Tides put in $45. Breathe, Joe. Breathe. I don't know why we don't arrest these people. Get over there. Get to them. Make them suffer like they're making us suffer. This is just nuts. A United Nations report stated that Hamas committed sexual violence, including rape, gang rape, and sexualized torture of women during the terror attacks on the 7th of October. Right? They raped corpses as well. They've got, I'm not showing it, pictures and videos. Just amazing. Georgia Secretary, this has now been confirmed. Secretary of State Raffensperger, in the morning hours of November 4th of 2020, confirming Trump won the state of Georgia just hours before the United States government was overthrown. So we have about 2% left to go, as you can see, where it looks like Donald Trump's going to take it. Funny how that worked out, huh? Yeah. If 100% of the 2% of the votes remaining went to Joe Biden, Donald Trump still won. I don't know how they get away with this. Because frankly and honestly, nobody questioned them. That's how they got away with it. I don't know. So what you got to do is you got to pay attention to this stuff. Big time, pay attention. And you'll see all the fraud that's taking place. And I do mean all the fraud that's taking place, right? Anyway. Oh, this is a good one too. The San Francisco police, they trapped 85 bicyclists on an off-ramp. They were seen taking over the road, swerving around cars, riding the wrong direction. The bike gang tried turning around after they were blocked by the CHP and the San Francisco Police Department, who quickly realized that they were trapped. All the bikes were confiscated and thrown in the back of a truck. That is just beautiful. Thank you, California Highway Patrol. Just love it. They were going to block the streets like that was going to help. You got it. Unreal. I don't know. You know, according to some of these numbers you look at and work through, do you think that, do the math, do you think Democrats really legitimately won all these elections? Because I don't think so. When you look at the actual numbers of registered voters, people who voted, and how many people are old enough to vote, yeah. Just amazing. I mean, truly just amazing. And then an elections volunteer was caught stealing encrypted access keys just days before the Trump-endorsed candidate lost Florida's seat by 800 votes. The same district that Mar-a-Lago is in. There's no way in hell she won. No way. So I hope somebody gets in there and redoes that election. I think they should. This is not cool in any way, shape, or form. Look, if these people lose in a real way, then I'm good. If they don't lose in a real way, it's not fair. It's not right, and it's not fair. Anyway, 855-REAL-JOE. 855-7... Where the heck? Oh, yeah. 855-732-5563. Get involved, get engaged, and truly be part of the solution. I need you to be part of the solution. I mean, really. Stop it. I hate computers. You hate computers? I hate computers. Maybe we can hate them together. What do you think? 855-REAL-JOE. 855-732-5563. Like I say, get involved, get engaged, be part of the solution, so you don't have to worry about much of anything else. Because if you're part of the solution, then you're working with us. Not for us, but with us. Anyway. You know, wouldn't it have been great if we could have called out this election fraud way back when it was actually happening? If we had the honest enough people to jump all over it in a heartbeat. But apparently we don't. God. 855-REAL-JOE. 855-732-5563. Now, the former Michigan Democrat Party treasurer, judge found that she had been stealing from an 87-year-old woman who was brain dead. The woman passed, and yet the account was still being used. Now it's all coming out. And it isn't theft. It's the kind of fraud that makes people lose faith in humanity. This is the Democrat Party of 2026, folks. She had no problem with it. She had no problem doing it. She had no problem with it. And when she got caught, you want to talk about the look on somebody's face? Just amazing. Anyway, you know, when you think about this stuff, when you think about being called a dictator, a king, you think they really don't get it, don't understand it? Because I'm not so sure. Be back within a few minutes. Don't go far. A lot more coming up after the break.
Right now, you can eliminate odors, mold, mildew, bacteria, and viruses in your home with the Eden Pure Thunderstorm Air Purifier. The Eden Pure Thunderstorm uses Oxy technology that naturally sends out O3 molecules that seek out and destroy odors. The Thunderstorm doesn't mask or cover up bad smells, it eliminates them, leaving that fresh, clean smell, just like after a thunderstorm. The Thunderstorm is small, plugs right into the wall, and fits in the palm of your hand. Put one in your basement, bedroom, family room, kitchen, or anywhere you want clean, fresh air. It even includes a USB cord for your car or truck. Right now, save $200 on an Eden Pure Thunderstorm 3-pack for whole home protection. That's 3 units for under $200, a fraction of the cost compared to other air purifiers. Go to EdenPureDeals.com and use discount code USA3 to save $200. That's EdenPureDeals.com. Use USA and the number 3. Shipping is free.
Attention timeshare owners. Tired of the financial stress? Were you misled by the salesperson? Don't or can't use your timeshare anymore? If any of these apply to you, then you may qualify for timeshare cancellation and get the relief you need now. Timeshare Defense Attorneys is the #1 affordable fixed fee legal solution in the country, with an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. That's certainly better than my grades. They even offer a 100% client satisfaction guarantee. Let one of their experienced lawyers evaluate your case and explain the process. If they take you as a client, they'll work on your case until it's resolved in your favor, guaranteed. Expect great service and a close working relationship with your lawyer, keeping you informed every step of the way, protecting your rights, interests, and even your credit. It's that simple. Even a kid like me can understand it. The consultation is free. Call today.
800-875-1853. 800-875-1853. That's 800-875-1853.
Omaha Steaks is rewriting the book on burgers with an all-new handmade texture for the juiciest home-style burgers you've ever tasted. Their pure ground burgers are made from single cuts of real aged Omaha steaks. These are truly steaks on a bun. Filet mignon, ribeye, New York strip, sirloin, and even brisket burgers. Now is the time to experience the exclusive Burger Perfection Flight for just $79.99. Go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code TREAT at checkout to get an extra $20 off your order, plus free shipping. You'll get 4 of each pure ground burger, so you can sample all the steak on a bun greatness. These burgers are crafted for a juicier, more tender experience, making your mouth water with every single bite. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com, use promo code TREAT at checkout, and get $20 off the Burger Perfection Flight and discover your new burger obsession. Minimum order may be required.
Do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call. Because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at crazy low prices. They have access to great prices and discounts at over 500 different airlines. Plus 300,000 hotels and rental car companies. Their prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching browsing all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find the best price for you. Call SmartFares today and get ready to see the world with a fat wallet.
800-871-3291. 800-871-3291. 800-871-3291. That's 800-871-3291.
I've got a unique vacation idea for you that's right here in the United States. If you're ready for a vacation that's fun and downright affordable, listen up. It's driving distance for many of you, so no planes, no airline delays, no hassles. It's Branson, Missouri, the entertainment capital of the Midwest. Live music for everyone. Branson has 3 beautiful, enormous lakes, water attractions, live shows, great food, and tons of entertainment. It's a perfect vacation for you and your family, or if you're retired and you want to have a great time. And you can stay in Branson for as low as $99 a night. Please understand, this is not a timeshare offer. It's a real vacation for as little as $99 a night. We've got a free vacation guide we want to send you right now. All you have to do is call for complete details. Get your free Branson, Missouri guide right now by calling this number.
800-399-4215. 800-399-4215. 800-399-4215. That's 800-399-4215.
Can't you see what I'm trying to tell you? I love you. Why don't you marry me?
Why, marry you?
You take me and I'll take a vacation. I'll need a vacation if we're going to get married.
Better hope so. Joe Messina, your host. Pleasure having you with me. 855-REAL-JOE. 855-732-5563. Get involved, get engaged, be part of the solution so you're not part of the problem, which is nowadays hard to be with all the misinformation and people jumping all over. Right? And I do appreciate it so much. So you hear these people talking about California, trying to pump up California, right? Try to pump up what the Democrats did for us, have done for us. Check this out, right? What has gone on in some of these states and in this country and other places. So the Democrats are the people that push the masks, or push the mask mandates and shut kids out of classrooms, right? They kept families from seeing loved ones in nursing homes. Actually, they kept families from seeing loved ones that were in their last moments of death. That was wrong. Right? They supported take the vaccine or lose your job policies. The same people took a Christian Bacon to court over a wedding cake. They went after pro-lifers for praying outside a clinic. Remember, these were the same people whose penalties, or they wanted penalties for not using preferred pronouns. They believe a state can make life-altering decisions for kids without parent input. Same people who push the limits Second Amendment rights, defend government surveillance and political targeting. They're now in the streets yelling, "We don't want kings." Yeah, that makes sense, don't it? It doesn't to me, but it might to you. I don't know. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Get involved, get engaged. Right? Be part of the solution. I'm okay with that. When I look at, and I'm sorry, because I am looking at some of it, I shouldn't be. When you look at what's going on there, all over the place, there's not that many people at these things. They got video footage coming out of Honolulu. Shows tourists, it shows what appears to be tourists, right, attacking a man in a nice uniform. They beat him unconscious and continue to punch and kick him while he's on the ground. Right? Bunch of cowards. Bunch of thugs and cowards. You're a coward. I love when I hear this stuff, right? We showed him. No, you didn't. You're a bunch of cowards. It took 6 or 7 of you to take him on, number one. And then when he was down, you kept kicking him. Wow. Right? So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens there. Let's see if that person does any jail time. Because if they don't, then there's no reason for anything. Right? There's no reason to keep arresting people, is there? Just asking. So according to a recent Harris poll, 76% of Americans say that the U.S. is currently winning the war against Iran. 64% say that Iran violated its nuclear deal. 62% view Iran as a direct U.S. national security threat. 67% say that Iran is a leading source of instability, right? Leading source of terrorism and war. 68% believe that Iranian people do not support the regime. That's very true. And 73% support Israel over Hamas. You'll never hear these numbers on mainstream, right? In mainstream America. You won't hear it. Right? And support for the war, or the, I don't know if I want to call it a war. Right? Anyway, it's not wavering. Right? Seriously, 51% support U.S.-Israel strikes in Iran. 54% say the campaign is justified. Right? Politically, Republicans are for, Democrats are against. Of course they are. They talked about doing it plenty of times. But I guess they like to put out fake statements. I don't know. Can't say it any other way, right? That simple. All right, let's do another one. Another poll was taken just earlier today. Requiring a valid photo ID to vote has the support, according to a Harvard-Harris poll. 81% support it. 19 oppose. In a CBS report, 80% favor and 20% oppose. Gee. So Americans want it. For some reason, the people they elected don't want it. I won't say that they elected. Not after all this. No. The people that occupy the seats, of those particular, whatever they're running for. Right? The California election fraud has been officially exposed. A ballot discrepancy was found in Riverside County for the Prop 50 redistricting. Almost 50,000 votes in just one county seem to have been created out of thin air. Handwriting logs for the Register of Voters shows over 600,000 ballots received. The official certified total reported to the Secretary of State was 657,000. 45,000 or 46,000 almost of those votes were allegedly added without any explanation. Where did they come from? Why? What's going on? Really? And you just gotta love it. And did you know that Kamala Harris, Kamala, whatever her name is, she's got a total CHP detail. Why did she get the detail? Right? Why did she get that? If anything, she should be getting it from the feds. We don't protect previous senators in this state. Anyway. Look, if we don't start pushing hard, if we don't take this stuff back, if we don't make sure, truly make sure that these voter rolls aren't right. That was a big thing about this country at one time. You knew that your vote was safe. Right? So one thing about all the stuff you did, you could count on. Anyhow. I got a picture of a short video, but I'm not putting it up. An Iranian woman went berserk on a smug little white liberal, which always happens. They think they know so much. Haven't left their mom's basement, but they know more than anybody else. The woman is supporting the Islamic regime. The woman yells, convince me of what? Of rape? Of women not having rights? I'm an Iranian. I've been imprisoned by that regime. Iranians are asking for the bombs. Iranian youth are asking to be bombed. And you're standing here supporting a terrorist regime? What are you doing? Right? The lib spouts off about Palestine. This has nothing to do with Palestine. This is about a terrorist regime in my country. I can't even go see my father's grave. Do you understand that? Love this woman. So God bless her. Right? You got this old... I don't even know what to say. You got a couple of these old women that are sitting there screaming about free Palestine when she's right. This had nothing to do with Palestine. Right? Unreal. 855 Real Joe. 855-732. The polls, I keep looking at these polls. And they're amazing. Right? And now these voter counts across the country. Governor Katie Hobbs, she won Arizona by 17,000 votes in 2022. However, in 2022, Arizona, you ready for this? Ready? Arizona had 434,000 duplicate registrations. Hello? Just let it sit. Anyway. So, what else was there? Oh, yeah, the attorney fees on some of the... You know, the attorney fees that this state is spending on fighting Trump. I mean fighting Trump. Not the good. Fighting Trump. The story after story after story where this government is against us. Detroit, federal jury in Detroit just awarded almost $13 million to Lisa Domsky, a longtime IT specialist at Blue Cross Blue Shield in Michigan, after she was fired for refusing the COVID-19 vaccine on religious grounds. She's a devout Catholic. She got 30 years at the company. She requested a religious exemption and was fired. Isn't that amazing? They don't care. Anyway, Joe Bacino, your host. God bless. Have a great rest of the day. Don't do anything stupid. I want you back here with me tomorrow.